Howdy, y'all. Let's do this. All right, 3-day week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Easy. No big deal. Today, Monday, we are doing some practice with this if stuff in Code Studio. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we are practicing the complex stuff with the and the or that we talked about on Friday. It won't be as hard as we saw on Friday. And then on Wednesday, we're going to have a quiz so that I can see how we're doing and see what we need to adjust as we get closer to project stuff. So today we're going to use if statements in Code Studio to create sort of guessing game. It's pretty short. It's not a long project. This is all our classwork tasks. This isn't a content task. So it's the shorter stuff. There'll be a Google question, sort of to see. It's a kind of thing you could see in a quiz. So I'm throwing this at you now, and also just a good check-in. The meat and potatoes, I'll jump to it quickly for lesson 9, number 4 through 7, and then we'll have a quiz on Wednesday. So I'm going to jump into Code Studio to show you, basically just walk you through which of the 4 problems I want you to do and give you a little bit of guidance on that. And then I'll show the Google question. So in lesson 9, so in unit 5, lesson 9, number 4, if else if, the goal is to, for this first one, just practice it. So we're trying to take this, you take this code, let me make sure that it's, make sure I didn't accidentally change it at all. So you're given a prompt for an age. So if you run this, it's going to say, how many years old are you? Wow, that is a very confusing sentence. But I'm going to say my age of 109. And so right now, if you read it below, in the console log, it tells you every single one of these. It tells you can see a rated R movie, you can see a PG-13, you can see a PG. You're too young for most things. And thank you for verifying. So this thanks for verifying, I think that's supposed to run every time. But these in lines 3, 4, 5, and 6, that should only run for 1. Now, yes, it is true that if you can see a rated R movie, you can also see PG-13. That's not what they're getting at. That they're trying to get you to see what's like the most intense movie you can handle. And so, they're really trying to get you to push your boundaries a little bit here. So the basic setup we saw with if else before is, let's set up the rated R movie one. Okay, so you're allowed to see a rated R movie by yourself if you're 17 or older. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, I have age, because that's what this variable in line 1 tells me. I have age, and I need to compare that to 17, and I need it to be 17 or bigger, 17 or older. So I go into my math settings, I scroll through the different options, and I see, greater than or equal to. So I'm going to put here, and if I just say it in English, if I'm older than 17, I can see rated R. So in code, if age is greater than or equal to 17, if I'm older than 17, then say you can then do this special one. I'm pointing at the screen as if you could see it. Do this one. Otherwise, you're going to check the next one. So if I press this on the plus sign, I can make additional spots for these. If I press the minus, I can get rid of them. So I'm going to want some additional spots. So we're now going to do the PG-13 one. So I recommend pausing and then trying it and then running through and seeing if it matches what you think. But I'm going to do the same thing. Give you a chance to pause. Wild. If age is greater than or equal to 13, I can see the PG-13 movie. Otherwise, I got a few more. Otherwise, if my age, if age is greater than or equal to, I don't know, PG-7? 5? Jeez, they let anyone see PG movies. They could have a swear in them. I don't even know if that's true. If it's greater than 5, I'm just checking the instructions. Like, the instructions for these are pretty good. Boop, boop, boop. 5, you can see the PG movie. And then otherwise, you're too young for most things. I don't even know how you're reading this right now. And then regardless, at the bottom, after everything, it should always say thanks for verifying. So let's test it. I'm going to say, I'm 6 years old. You can see a PG movie alone. Thanks for verifying. Great. I'm 18. You can see a rated R movie alone. Thanks for verifying. It works. So this is correct. I'm going to pause and I'm going to actually switch this around to show you an incorrect thing. And this is pretty big. So what if I built this differently? So what I'm about to do is incorrect. But I'm going to show you, because it's one of the trickier things here. I've hinted at it before. I'm going to swap the order of these. I'm going to see what happens if maybe I check the PG movie first. That seems like it would make sense. And then I just switch in the other order. Shouldn't be a big deal. If age is greater than 5, you can see a PG movie. It's the same logic. All I did was swap the order. Let's test it. So I'm 6 years old. Oh, I can see a PG movie. It works. Now I'm 18. What's the most intense thing I can handle? You can see a PG movie. But what about that rated R movie I was trying to see? I was trying to impress all my friends. This is a crucial part. This is a crucial thing. It'll only do one of the options. It'll only activate one of these things. And it checks it in order. It'll check to see if the number 3, if the thing in line 3 is true. And then we'll do the thing. Otherwise, it'll skip and it'll check the next condition. And it will keep doing that until it finds just one of these slots to put it in. It will choose one of these 4 things. Either this one here, this one, or if none of them activate, the last one catches them in the else. Now, because if we read this, if my age is greater than 17, or greater than 5, it'll catch this first one. So if my age is 17 or 18, we should get caught in the rated R one, but it first gets caught in this net. And so the moral of this story is to switch it back. Let me fix it now. Oops, I'll just undo things for a while until it's back. Oh no, whoops. There we go. Now this is back to normal. You want to catch the more restrictive thing first. So it's harder to see a rated R movie than it is a PG movie. So let's check the harder thing first. And that's that. So that's the model you can use. For number 5, I believe is another practice with, quiz grades. So I'm going to let you do this one entirely on your own. You can check with number 4. So you got this one. It's the same exact thing. You run it. It asks for your score. You say your quiz grade was 100. It should tell you that you got an A, but instead it just gives you everything. It doesn't know. So I'm going to let you do number 5. So your goal is 4, 5, 6, and 7. 6 is a bit of a guessing game. So for 6, the way it works right now is I run it. I know by looking at the code that the secret number is 6, but the user doesn't know that. So if I pick a number like 2, nope, that's not it. Guess again. If I pick a number like 8, that's not it. Guess again. If I pick 6, you got it. Yay! Every time it changes, every time this thing is called pick number, every time pick number changes, then it's going to, a local variable. Interesting. I'll let those of you playing the home game decide why this can be a local variable where a secret number has to be global. That's kind of interesting. Not as important, and if you don't understand, that's okay. It just as easily could have been global. It would have just been messier. That's fine. Anyway, the moral is when you change this, it activates the code. And so it says, if the user's guess is the number, tell them you got it. Otherwise, nope, that's not it. What it wants you to do now is it wants 3 cases. It wants the you got it. It wants the I just want 3 or 8. You can probably do it in 3. Maybe it wants whatever. You can figure it out. But it wants what happens if one of them says too big or something like that. And what if the other one, set text for user message, says too small? What would you have to put in here to make that work? Yeah, it gives you a nice little diagram that I think is nice. If it doesn't help, don't worry about it. But this is a nice flow chart that it's supposed to simulate the guessing game. So I enter a number and it says, is it equal to the number? Is it equal to? Tell the user they win. If not, is the user's guess greater than my number? Tell them to go lower. Otherwise, tell them to go higher. And then wait for the input. I guess I wrote this, too big. So this also helps and give you something to test. Make sure when you do this, you test your code to see if it works. This one does not work because I didn't finish it. That's up to you. But make sure you test it to see if it actually works. And finally, number 7. Number 7 has some cool completed code, but it doesn't work right. It doesn't work. So if I tried it, what it does, it's the same idea as number 6, except it gives you like very specific things. Like if you're within 2, it tells you that you're really close. So if I do my number, well, look, this one, now this time it's a global variable. Could have been the same exact thing. If I guess 5, higher but close, cool. If I guess 2, higher but close, what? That's weird. Higher but close, you win. Wait a minute, this is weird. 5, guess higher but close, guess higher but close, guess lower but close. But 1, guess higher but close. 1 is not close to 6. Not at all. So what happened? And you'll need to move these around a little bit, like I showed before, to make it work. Cool. So that's that. So fix this one up, make it work. Number 6, finish up the code to make it a proper guessing game. Number 5, you're practicing fully on your own. And number 4, I did as a model. So you can pause or rewind. Okay. A similar idea, you can kind of see, if you go through these, you'll see that there's a theme to the things I'm covering. The code below is supposed to say the grade A, B, or C given a % grade, but it does not work correctly. I can read what is two parts? One, what is the letter grade given if you enter a score of 95? Two, what should be fixed in the code to make it work? So here's the code. I run this using the greater than or equal to. It doesn't work. I don't get it. It says score greater than 90 should be an A. But if you actually practice it out, you'll find something doesn't work. And tell me how to fix it. What would you do differently? Okay, that's it. I think I'm back, right? Yeah. Okay, we can do this. I hope you had a nice weekend. I hope it was a little bit relaxing, and it's only a 3-day week. I think we all need it. I hope you don't notice that I'm wearing the same clothes every day. Bye.